But now I want to welcome our next speaker to the stage, Rafaela, who's starting at 8:15. Welcome, welcome. If you need me to turn the slide, just go ahead and tell me. I'm going to give you. We're going to start in about 2 minutes. If everybody can hear, take some photos. Share this. Again, this is something new that I wanted to try within the metaverse. Keep this in mind. Everybody here is from all parts of the world. We're going to hear somebody from Japan, someone from Italy, someone from the United States. And it's very rare that you get everybody in one exact room. And we're doing it here today, which is, I think, is an amazing to also hear what these architects, these creators are building here moving forward. So let's give it a round of applause for our next speaker. The clock starts now.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you loud and clear.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I would like first to thank the Creative Oats team for giving me the opportunity to share my journey in the metaverse and in spatial in this talk with so many extraordinary Web3 professionals from the metaverse. I think my participation to this talk is exceptional because my story in the metaverse, because of my story in the metaverse. In answering the form I filled out to participate in this talk, I answered that for me this is my third life, but it's also my real life. I would like briefly to share my life journey, especially this past year. I started my professional activity in 1998. I graduated in architecture in Bari Polytechnic University with a thesis on the corporate museum of Natuzzi, which is a big Italian industrial company. Up until 1998, the work at the university obviously did not involve the use of CAD, 3D softwares, BIM softwares, and hypermodels. I started using them later. I made my thesis with work done totally by hand in the style of the Italian architect Mario Ridolfi. We can say it was handcrafted. The general idea, on the other hand, was strongly influenced by an American architect, Robert Venturi, and his book, Learning from Las Vegas. For each board, I thought you have seen it before. For each board of this project, I involved about 2 weeks of work because I used a very special technique similar to engravings. Later, I started working for about 20 years, as all architects do, going to construction sites, sending paperwork to municipality, or checking the number of irons in the carpentry, in the construction of houses, building interiors, building stores, being an appraiser for banks. All that was, let's say, within a normal career. This lasts about 20 years. Parallel to that, in 2003, what happened? A second life began. I started to be a teacher in Italian high school, in a scientific high school with the qualification of drawing and art history teacher. Clearly, this allowed me to develop other skills, such as, for example, knowledge of art history and the ability to communicate content effectively. Subsequently, however, for 2021, I began another path, this one, my real life, my third. Following one of a very enlightening conversation, in my opinion, with Professor Massimo Martini, I began to move in the search for what was my real passion. Talking with him, and a memory came up from when I was still at university, when I used to talk about building, about designing toys. In summer of 2022, I began to move into the metaverse with such good warmth and a lot of goodwill. I had the first contacts, for example, with other metaverses, but I was totally unaware of what was needed. However, the use of the software as far as metaverse were just starting points. Subsequently, I met Spatial and Metamundo through Discord. In autumn 2022, I submitted a project to the Creator Grad program of Metamundo, and it was selected. So I went to work and made the Quitum project Goulet 01. The Quitum project, the title of the project, takes a Latin model Renaissance architect and treatise writer Leon Battista Alberti and means what else? What else can you learn? What else can be designed? What else can be realized? And this is obviously the starting point of this journey. And after that, of course, behind me, you should see, yes, you should see, you have seen the image of a coin with a winged, with a winged flaming eye representing the burning desire for knowledge. This desire became my own, as you can see. And this is also the currency that I have introduced in my video game for Spatial, that I will talk about right away. The project concerns two architects, Giovan Battista Piranesi, who is an Italian, and Etienne Louis Boulet, a French architect. Both of them have one characteristic in common. They never built anything. To be great theorists, to be visionary architects, but these architects were able to hypothesize architectures that were not feasible at the time for economic reasons or for technical ones. But they were able to influence the future of generation of architects. The project NFT was selected for Miami Art Basel 2022, and then it was exhibited among the top 50 creators of the metaverse in the December of 2022. Now the project is in the Metamundo marketplace. In all this time, in parallel, I joined the big family of Spatial.io. From January 2023, I started working on my first video game, The Divine Odyssey. Can you believe it? In those months, Spatial people started to use Unity. So from January, February to June, I made the first level of this game in Unity. The theme of the game is the personal growth, the awakening of awareness, and it is a theological theme. It is designed to be played at multiple levels of the same game. So it is a first level and is intended to provide the player, first of all, with an experience that has emotion within it. My desire in this work then is to combine technique with cultural, theological depth of content. The whole team was Spatial, from Jake, ICC, Waldo, Josh Garrett, Ira, the support of friends at Schmerz, Stefano Favaretto gave me a great help to develop all this. A great thanks to who was patiently by my side in order to make sure that there was consistency between technical aspect and cultural one. All of this is miraculous to me, pure magic, and that's why I had to communicate to all of you the joy of having accomplished this path. How fortunate we are to experience this moment in the metaverse. Let us seize the extraordinary opportunity by honoring it with our best efforts, with the concentration it deserves, to give our best to those who would like to live their experiences in our spaces of the soul. Thank you from all the deep of my heart.
Outstanding. Thank you so much for being here today, and thank you for being one of our speakers today at the Creative Talk. It is such a pleasure to getting to know who
Thank
you
you so
are,
much.
to understand your background in architect and building and putting together your vision out here in the metaverse. It's really important that there's a story behind everybody, right? Everybody here that's listening, that's sitting down, that's watching on the live stream, that's been here today. Everybody has a story of where they came from, how they created, and what's innovating them to keep going. The fact that you shared your story is amazing. And I also want to encourage everybody here that's listening. It's important to share your story. There's also a lot of people here that are listening that are also have very same stories and things that they're going through and they're creating in the same passion. So the more that we share, the more we're able to receive and be able to connect with other creators like mine. So I'm really excited for your game. It's good to know the background behind it. I'm really excited to see from these previews of what you're going to be creating here in the future. And I just want to say thank you so much for being here today. If everybody can give them a round of applause, you did absolutely phenomenal. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I've shared the link because I've created a draft version of the game called Creative TalK version, and I have shared the link in the chat. If you want, the gate is open for creative this occasion, special occasion. Thank you so much, and I'm here. I want to listen the other.
Outstanding. All right. We're going to go over to our next speaker, which is